Imagine sitting in a classroom. The room's very, very quiet. The teacher looks at you.
Oh, no. I know this feeling.
Right. The teacher calls your name, and suddenly your brain goes completely blank. You cannot remember a single word.
We're just like frozen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You cannot speak. You are frozen. Have you ever felt that way? Have you, the listener, ever felt that way?
I mean, I know that feeling so well. It's like you are standing in the spotlight. The audience is watching you, but you cannot move.
Yeah.
You are frozen like a statue.
Yeah.
It happens to so many of us, when we try to communicate in a totally new language.
It really does. But today, we are going to solve that mystery. We're going to figure out why we freeze up, and more importantly, how we can communicate with, total confidence instead.
Total confidence, yes.
So welcome to our audio overview. This deep dive is part of the Acad FM series, created by the wonderful team at AcademiaBSB.
The best team.
They really are. And we are looking at class notes today. You can find these notes at students.AcademiaBSB.com.br. Let me just share that one more time so you can remember it. The materials are at students.AcademiaBSB.com.br.
But hey, we are not sitting in a boring, quiet classroom today. No way.
No, we are not.
We are bringing maximum energy. We are stepping under the big top. I am like putting on my ringmaster hat right now.
I absolutely love that energy. Yeah. We have a really quirky title for today's show. It is called The Grammar Big Top, Taming the Possessive S and Juggling the Past Tense.
Step right up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Our mission today is to take all these wild English rules and turn them into a spectacular performance. We will tame wild vocabulary. We will juggle past tense verbs.
It is going to be an amazing show. We will learn incredible grammar rules that act like a safety net.
A safety net. That is a great way to say it.
Because, when you have a strong safety net, you do not freeze. You can fly. You fly on the trapeze of language.
I love that. So let us start our first act. Let us look at a story about freezing up. In our materials today, we have a story about a girl named Emily.
Ah, yes, Emily.
Emily's mother was a very cautious driver. She drove slowly because she was highly concerned about other people on the road. Highly concerned.
Concerned. That is a great word from our current vocabulary list. Step right up and look at the word concerned.
Let's talk about what that means. If Emily's mother is concerned, she is worried.
She is very worried.
Right. To be concerned means to have a problem on your mind. You think about it constantly. You feel worried. So why was Emily's mother so concerned?
Because, she did not trust other drivers. She believed other drivers only cared about themselves.
And there's another important word, trust. To trust someone means you believe they are good. You believe they will do the right thing.
Like catching you. If you jump, you trust your partner will catch you.
Exactly. Just like in the circus.
Yes. If I am on the flying trapeze, I must trust the other acrobat. If I do not trust him, I am going to fall. Emily's mother did not trust anyone on the road.
No, she didn't. And that lack of trust makes a person very nervous. But building trust is how we create a safe environment. Speaking of safe environments, let us look at some other words from our list.
Words about building a safe life.
Yes, we have the words base, hometown, to constitute, and to raise.
Oh, I can explain these. I can explain them perfectly. Think about my life. I travel all over Europe performing in different shows. I do trick riding on horses. I juggle.
You do a lot?
I do, but Belgium is my base.
Your base. That means your main home, the central place where you live and keep your things. That is your base.
Exactly. Belgium is my base, but it is not my hometown.
Right, because your hometown is where you started.
Yes, my hometown is in Brazil. That is the city where I was born and where I grew up.
So your hometown is in Brazil, but your current base is in Belgium. That makes total sense. Now, what about the verbs to constitute and to raise? Because you mentioned before that you have big plans for the future.
Oh, I have very big plans. I want to return to my hometown in Brazil. I want to constitute a family.
To constitute a family. That means you want to form a family. To build a complete family unit.
Exactly. And I want to raise my children near my parents.
To raise children. That means to educate them, to feed them, to help them grow from babies into adults. You want to constitute a family and raise them in Brazil.
I really do. But wait, we talked about technology in the class notes, too.
Oh, right, we did.
We talked about the 5G network.
The 5G network. Yes, let us talk about that.
Ah, the 5G network. In Europe, my base has a very strong 5G network. The internet is incredibly fast. Whoosh. Like a human cannonball.
A human cannonball. So fast.
But in my hometown in Brazil, the internet is sometimes very slow.
Yes, a slow internet connection can be very frustrating, It clicks, it stops, it loads slowly.
Yeah.
It is almost like the internet freezes.
Yes. The internet freezes, just like a student trying to remember a word.
Exactly.
But for me, family is more important than a fast 5G network. I want to raise my kids near my parents. That is the most important thing.
That is a wonderful plan. Let us review the people you might invite to this future family circus. We have some vocabulary from our past class about different performers. We really need to remember these words.
Oh, the circus performer.
Yes, we have the energetic clown, the juggler, the contortionist, and the slackline artist.
I know all of them. Let us look at the clown first. The class notes describe the clown as always smiling and full of energy.
Right, and if someone is full of energy, we say they are energetic. Energetic.
Energetic, moving fast, laughing, always active. Now, what about the person who throws objects high into the air and catches them?
That is the juggler. You throw 3, 4, or 5 balls in the air, you juggle them.
Yes, juggle. And the artist who twists their body, the person who bends into very difficult shapes.
We call that performer a contortionist. They contort or twist their body. It takes a lot of practice to be a contortionist.
It really, really does. Finally, we have the performer who walks on a very thin rope high in the air. They have to balance carefully.
That is the slackline artist. They walk on a slackline. It is a wobbly rope. They must stay perfectly balanced.
Energetic clowns, jugglers, contortionists, and slackline artists. These words are great. But you know what sometimes makes me lose my balance?
What makes you lose your balance?
Tricky pronunciation. Sometimes English words look similar, but they sound completely different. It is very easy to fall off the rope.
It really happens to everyone. Let us build our safety net by looking at some tricky sounds in the pronunciation pavilion.
The pronunciation pavilion, step right in.
First, let us look at the words from our past class. How about the dry place with sand and the sweet food you eat after dinner?
Desert and dessert. They look almost exactly the same on paper.
They do, but they sound different because of the stress. Listen closely, everyone. Dessert. Dessert.
Oh, wow. The stress changes everything.
Yes, dessert has the stress at the beginning. Dessert has the stress at the end.
And here is a trick to remember why dessert has 2 S's in the spelling.
Oh, I love this trick.
When you eat a delicious sweet treat, you always want a second helping. 2 helpings of sweets means 2 S's, dessert. But you only want 1 dry, hot dessert.
That is perfect. 2 S's because you want more cake.
Yeah.
That makes total sense. We also have words that end in the same letters, nature and future.
Nature and future.
Yes, listen to the sound at the end. It is a character sound. Nature, future.
They rhyme. The ending sounds identical. Nature, future.
Excellent. Now let us look at some words from our current class. These are false similarities. They look similar, but they're very different things.
False similarities. Very tricky.
The words are others, olders, and otter.
Others, olders, otter. Yeah, I get these confused sometimes.
So let's break them down very slowly. An otter is an animal. It is a cute brown animal that swims in the river. Can you use it in a sentence?
Yes, the otter is swimming in the river.
Good. Now, others means different people. Not you, not me, but other people.
Okay, so the others are sitting in the circus tent.
Perfect. And olders refers to people who are older in age, like senior citizens.
The olders are drinking tea, so we have the swimming otter, the different others, and the older people. They look similar, but they do not mean the same thing at all.
They do not. We also have a very common verb that changes its sound in the past tense. The verb is to come. Present tense, come. Past tense, came.
Came. The vowel sound completely changes.
It does. I want you, our listener, to take a moment. Say these words aloud wherever you are. Come, came.
Come, came. It is so important to speak out loud. Practicing the physical sound helps your brain remember it.
It really does help. Now we are going to move into the grammar section of our big top. We're going to look at the rules of language usage.
The grammar spectacle.
Yes, these rules are the real safety net. When you understand how the rules work, you do not have to guess. You can just follow the pattern.
Patterns are the best. Let us practice using some important time phrases first. We have in the future, next year, and last weekend.
I want to do a quick role play with you. I will ask you some questions, and I want you to answer using those phrases. Let us pretend you are a cowboy visiting from the past.
Yeah! I am spinning my lasso. Ask me your questions, partner.
Cowboy, what are your big plans for your life?
Well, in the future, I want to constitute a family.
That is wonderful. And when will you travel back to Brazil?
Next year. I am going to take my horse to Brazil next year.
A horse to Brazil. And what did you do for fun recently?
Last weekend, I practiced my trick riding. Last weekend,
Wait, you rode a horse all the way from Belgium to Brazil last weekend.
I didn't understand. Please repeat. I didn't understand.
Very funny. Good use of our final target phrase, I didn't understand. It is always okay to say you do not understand. It is much better to ask for repetition than to pretend you know.
Absolutely. I didn't understand is a very, very helpful phrase.
Now let us look at a grammar puzzle. It is called the possessive apostrophe S. We use this to show family relationships. Sometimes families are big and the titles get very long.
Yes, very long. Like saying, my mother's mother's mother. That takes way too much time to say.
So what do we say instead of mother's mother's mother?
We say great-grandmother, my great-grandmother.
Exactly. And to use the possessive S, we put it at the end of the person who owns the thing. So we say my great-grandmother's name.
My great-grandmother's name was Maria. She took me to swimming classes when I was a boy. We had a beautiful relationship.
That is a perfect example, great-grandmother's name. Now, I want to introduce something really special. This is Academia BSB's proprietary methodology.
Oh, I love this part.
These are mental flash drives to help you understand the past tense. We are not just going to memorize, we are going to understand how the grammar works.
I am ready. Give me the mental flash drives.
The first one is called the bodybuilder rule. This rule is for negative and interrogative sentences in the past tense. In English, we use the auxiliary verb did. This word did is the bodybuilder.
The bodybuilder flexing its strong muscle.
Yes. The word did is so strong that it carries all the heavy weight of the past tense. Because the bodybuilder is doing all the heavy lifting, the main verb gets to relax. It goes back to its normal base form.
The main verb relaxes. That makes so much sense. The bodybuilder did takes the past tense, so the main verb does not have to.
Let us test it. I want to ask a question about drinking water yesterday. Do I say, did you drink?
No. Buzzer sound. That is wrong.
Why is it wrong?
You have two words doing the heavy lifting. Did is in the past and drank is in the past. That is too much weight.
Exactly. So how do I fix it using the bodybuilder rule?
You let the bodybuilder do the work. Did takes the past tense. The verb relaxes to drink. So you ask, did you drink?
Did you drink? That feels much lighter. What about a negative sentence? If I did not sleep well, can I say I didn't slept?
Wrong again. Didn't is the bodybuilder. It carries the past tense. The verb sleep must relax. So you say, I didn't sleep.
I didn't sleep. The bodybuilder rule. That is brilliant. But what happens in a normal affirmative sentence? There is no did. There is no didn't.
Oh, the bodybuilder's on vacation.
Exactly. This brings us to the swimming pool rule. In affirmative sentences, the bodybuilder is not there to help. So the main verb has to do the work all by itself. It has to swim across the pool alone. It must take the past tense form.
It swims alone. So if I want to talk about my job yesterday, I say, I worked yesterday.
Yes. Worked has the ED at the end. It carries its own weight. You cannot say, I did work yesterday for a normal sentence. You just say, I worked yesterday.
Yeah.
The verb swims across the pool alone.
The swimming pool rule. I love it so much.
We have one more rule. It is called the Back to the Future rule.
Back to the future. Traveling through time.
This rule simply means your tenses must match. The question and the answer must live in the same time period. If I ask you a question in the past using did, your answer must go back to the past.
Okay, so if you ask, did you practice juggling? I must answer in the past, yes, I practiced juggling.
They match. Did you practice? Yes, I practiced. The Back to the Future rule. These three rules, the bodybuilder, the swimming pool, and Back to the Future, they are your safety net for the past tense.
If you remember the bodybuilder lifting the weight, the verb swimming alone, and matching the time travel, you will never fall.
I have to say, your understanding of these rules is fantastic. Your development within the CEFRL framework is really showing today. You are moving strongly from the A2 level, and you are building a solid foundation for the intermediate B1 and B2 levels.
Thank you. I really practice these mental flash drives every single day.
And it shows. Now let us take all this vocabulary and grammar and apply it to a real story. It is time for the final event under our big top. Let us fly on the reading trapeze.
Flying high into the reading.
We mentioned Emily earlier. Let us read the full text called Mother's Words. I want you to read it with a lot of theatrical enthusiasm. Really tell the story for us.
I can definitely do that, clearing my throat. Emily's mother was driving. She was a good driver. She drove slowly.
She drove slowly.
Yes. She stayed away from other cars. She did this because I can trust myself, she said. But I can't trust other drivers. They don't care about the people around them. They're only concerned with their own safety.
Let us pause there. Her mother says she cannot trust other drivers because they only care about themselves. What happens to Emily after hearing this?
Let us continue reading. Emily thought about her mother's words for some time after. She thought about them in her bed that night. She thought about them at the breakfast table the next morning. She thought about them in math class that afternoon.
Wow, she is thinking about them everywhere. She is obsessed with the idea that nobody cares about anyone else. And then what happens?
She was thinking about them when Dr. Lear, her math teacher, called on Emily to answer a question. Emily heard Dr. Lear's voice.
I know.
And like a diver rushing to the surface, Emily freed herself from her thoughts. She reoriented herself and noticed a hush had fallen over the classroom. Everyone was silent.
Everyone was silent. The spotlight is on her.
Emily found herself incapacitated. She couldn't answer, she couldn't move, she could hardly breathe.
Wow, she was completely incapacitated. She froze. This brings us back to where we started our show today. Emily froze in the silent classroom.
Just like we said at the beginning.
Exactly. Now, let us debate this. I will take the side of the mother. I think Emily's mother was doing a good job. The roads are dangerous. A mother should teach her daughter to be careful and to be concerned about safety.
I completely disagree. I think the mother made a huge mistake.
Really?
Yes. Yes, safety's important. But the mother made Emily too paranoid. She made her believe the whole world is selfish. Emily was so worried about not trusting people that her brain just stopped working. She froze in front of Dr. Lear because she was overwhelmed by fear.
That is a very interesting perspective. You think the mother's extreme caution actually caused Emily to become incapacitated. When you focus too much on fear, you lose your ability to act.
Exactly. If you are on the trapeze and you only think about falling, you will not catch the bar. You have to trust a little bit.
That makes a lot of sense. Let us see if we understood all the details of the story. Let us do a casual check of the comprehension questions. Listener, think about your answers as we talk. So, first question, why was Emily's mother driving so slowly?
Well, the text tells us directly. She drove slowly because she could not trust other drivers. She thought they were only concerned with themselves.
Right, and this idea really stuck in Emily's head. Second question, where did Emily think about her mother's words?
She thought about them everywhere. She thought about them in bed at night, at the breakfast table in the morning, and finally, in math class.
And that leads to the climax. What happened when Dr. Lear called on Emily in math class?
When the teacher calls her name, she found herself incapacitated. She couldn't answer the question. She couldn't move. She was completely frozen.
She experienced that terrible feeling of panic. But thankfully, our listener does not have to feel that panic. We have built a strong safety net today. We tamed the vocabulary. We learned why dessert has 2 S's in the pronunciation pavilion.
2 S's for more cake.
Yes. We practiced the bodybuilder and swimming pool rules in the grammar spectacle. And we safely navigated the reading trapeze.
We performed a beautiful show. We did not freeze.
I am so proud of the focus we had today. But remember, a true performer never stops practicing. The Academia BSB methodology is designed to keep you moving forward. And that means following up with homework.
Homework is just rehearsing for the next big show.
Exactly. We need you to point your browser to kids.academiabsb.com.br. There's a great quiz waiting for you called A World of History. It is a fun way to test what you know. And do not forget to visit the speaking section.
The speaking section is so important.
Yes, remember what we said about practicing out loud. Your brain needs to hear your voice.
Speak out loud. But, wait, I hear a sound. Do you hear that?
I hear it too. What is it?
It is the drum roll. It is time for the gamification intermission.
Oh, let us hear the results.
Stars won today. 15 stars. You earned 15 stars today.
That is fantastic. 15 stars. Remember, you can take those 15 stars straight to the Sala de Posibilidades. You can use those stars to pay for new courses, unlock cool products, and continue your learning journey. Keep practicing and keep earning those rewards.
15 beautiful, shiny stars. Great job, everyone.
Before we close the big top 10 for today, I want to leave you, our listener, with a final thought. We debated about Emily's mother. Her mother believed that other drivers only cared about their own safety. She thought selfishness made the roads dangerous.
Yeah, that is what she thought.
But think about this from a different angle. If everyone on the road is highly motivated to protect themselves, doesn't that actually force society to create a safer system together?
Oh, wow. That is a twist.
Right? Everyone wants to survive.
Yeah.
Because we all want to survive, we agree to stop at red lights. We agree to drive on the correct side of the road. Does our personal selfishness actually create the rules of public safety? Think about that paradox the next time you're sitting in a car.
My mind is just juggling that thought right now. That is so deep.
Thank you for stepping into the spotlight with us today. Let us sign off with our maximum bubbly energy. Let us say the school's motto loud and proud. Are you ready?
I am so ready.
It is not only about the language.
It is all about communication. Keep speaking, everyone. Goodbye.